Ooh, hey girl. This is what you getting today. I almost didn't even do a vlog, but I was like, I could just do it like this. If I just do it like this, I'll do a vlog. Only a couple things I'm gonna touch on today. I've had a busy weekend, girl, and I'll share with you, let's just call it a synchronicity. I'll share with you the synchronicity, the relationship, an update on like relationship with my body. I'll share more detail. And then how Verge is going, because that is still live and active and all that good stuff. My name is Tatiana Barlow. If this is your first time coming to my channel, hello. I share about my journey and my life. This is a terrible intro. I've learned a lot along the way about emotional regulation, self-concept, all that good stuff. I love to help other women with that. I love to help other women that have also quit their 9-to-5s. Whoop, whoop, wop, wop. I usually don't look this bummy, but this is what we're doing today. So, the quick synchronicity that I'm going to share is there was a night, if you want to call it synchronicity, you'll see why I'm saying that. So there was a night that I had stayed up. I was doing a lot of work. And prior to that night, I had an issue with getting something up on my website. So because I'm like, I put the name of it here, but I'm like, that's not going to be really relevant if you don't really know like what it is. So there's a feature I was trying to get up on my website, and it was kind of frustrating me that it wasn't working. I was just like, whatever. But you know, I don't know if you ever designed a website, bro, but bro, if you could pay somebody to do that, just pay somebody to do that. I don't care if it's Shopify. I don't care how easy it is. But so I'm trying to get this up on my website. I've been working forever. Thing isn't working. I was just testing it on a different product because the product that I wanted to put it on wasn't up yet. So I was just testing it on something else. Wasn't working. Long story short, I went in and there's too much background noise, bro. Let's try this again. The other day, I was working on something for my website. It wasn't working. I went in, I figured something out, doop, doop, whoop, wop. I was able to get it to work. I realized something with my inventory. I just needed to switch something up, and then I was able to get it to show the way I wanted it to. Cool. I was just testing the feature. I didn't even need it for that product. Then later, next night, I was up way past when I normally go to bed. I normally go to bed at like 9:45 to 10:45. I didn't go to bed until 3 a.m. I was up late having to do this stuff and get this stuff up. And then I needed to add this feature to the actual products now, like the actual one. And I was able to get it to work, but then unfortunately it was showing on all products, and I only needed it to show on the 2. And that I quickly like typed in to see like, why is it doing that and how can I fix that? And then I got some response on switching code and whoop, whoop, wop, wop. But then I remembered like a way to kind of cheat it was from the other night when it wasn't working. When it wasn't working, it was frustrating me. That experience showed me another reason, like another way for it to not show. I needed it to show on this product. I needed it to not show on this product. And so then I was able to go in and just doop, doop, dop, dop, do it quickly my way instead of having to play the whole editing code crap and quickly resolve it. And I was just like, see, this is another example of how everything is serving me. Because the first night, it seemed like, how could this be serving me? This is irritating and frustrating. Like, I just need this to work. But then, lo and behold, I already knew a solution to my problem the next night when I really needed to get in bed. And it's just like another way to see, like, even if you don't see how something could be helping you out in the moment, something can always be serving you and helping you out for a future moment that you really need it. Next, I want to briefly talk about the relationship with my body, the relationship with my body and how I was able to heal myself in essentially 2 days. So I got a minor respiratory infection, like a viral whatever. And this was 2 days prior. Well, it started Thursday. Oh yeah, so that is 2 days prior. So 2 days prior to going to my first Spartan race, I was fighting for my damn life. Exhausted, my temperature was off. I did not have like a scratchy throat or anything, thank God. But it happened largely because I had stayed up super late until like 3 a.m. Like that just like was included. It was a layered thing. Because I was also in late luteal, which your immune system's compromised there, and just, right? Multiple things that led to that happening. And I was like, crap, bro. Like, I really need to be able to go to the Spartan race. It's like cheap. It's like a $100+ race. And we got it on like a big sale. And so I was like, okay, we need to really lock in. And so I supported my body as best as I could. I had really like nothing but, I still have soup in there. Oh, thank God. Anyways, I just realized that. But I had like nothing but like soup and nutrient dense food. I was like, okay, my body right now needs a steady supply of glucose because it's using a lot of energy. It needs a steady supply of water because it's using a lot of water to up mucus production and for temperature regulation. You know, our skin's a excretory, I can't say that word to save my life, but organ. So like it'll release toxins, like essentially through your skin, and whatever. So water production there, and cell division, leukocytes fighting for their life, whatever, needs more water. And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have some sweet potatoes, I'm gonna have this, that, and the third, and keep that going. Even though I didn't feel like eating, I was like, this is what you need right now. You need just solid resources. And I was hyping my body up, you know, I was like, thank you so much for helping me. I know you got this. You always win. You know, we always win. So I'm gonna just give you the rest. I stayed in bed that next day, literally for like 13 hours. And that's when she did most of the battle of like getting in there and keeping whatever virus was trying to infiltrate our forces. And I share all this because it's really cool, at least for me, to see just how much this relationship with my body has evolved and how much she really is down for me. Because even when I was first getting sick, I was like, look, man, you know, I'm sorry for compromising your sleep, first of all, because I really wanted to get this stuff done. I was like, this stuff is important to me and I really wanted to get it done, but I shouldn't compromise your resources and the things that you need. So I apologized for that. And then I expressed gratitude for how hard she was working to get us back to good health, because our bodies always want us to function optimally. You know, I don't get upset with my body or be like, oh, why can't you just push through it? Ugh, why can't you just work? Like, I don't operate that way, because if she's really like, hey, we need rest, then we need rest, because otherwise she would much rather have us up and having fun and getting crunk, you know. I'm for real though. And so the way that we just beat the hell out of that virus and was able to still go to this race on Saturday. Mind you, my cycle also started the day before the race. It was supposed to start the day of the race, but the illness and the physical stress and all that was going on just triggered for it to come a day early, which I was cool with. So I was cool with that. And so it was just like so cool. And when I was first, that's why I had first said that other part. When I was apologizing to my body at first and expressing my gratitude for her, I felt like a subtle, like almost to tear up, like almost sensation to tear up. And that tells me energy is moving and the message was received. Not that I'm sad, not that my body's sad necessarily, like not necessarily like that, but just that energy is moving, that tears are a release valve, you know? And it's so cool to me when I get like a response and when I can feel it in my torso or in my heart. Oh my goodness. I'm always hitting the mic. You know why I'm always hitting the mic? Because I keep affirming that I always hit the mic every time I hit the mic. I gotta stop saying that. But when I feel it in my torso or my chest or feeling like I'm gonna tear up or, you know, any signal that energy is moving and the message was received, I love that. And I know it can be very easy for a lot of us to feel like we gotta like quickly pop medicine. Mind you, girl, this is not a anti-medicine space. I don't really consume medicine. I try to avoid it the best I can, but I'm not anti-medicine. There are definitely, like if this was a bacterial thing, bitch, best believe I would have been getting some antibiotics. Like, what do you think this is? But there are often times where our body has everything that it needs. We don't need to quickly pop a Tylenol and ibuprofen. We need to pop some sweet potatoes and some sleep. Because our body is trying to, it needs all of our energy inside right now. Like, it's like, it doesn't matter what's going on outside because right now someone has already infiltrated our forces. That's kind of like, it's giving, like if we had like somehow, I know it's not exactly the same, but like there's an invader in your home. Like your home is actively under attack and you have the money to be able to get resources for people to come and deal with whoever's attacking you in your home. Like you have it, but instead you kind of just cover that up and you use your resources to like pay some money for some guy to mow the lawn outside and to do whatever, like a grocery run outside or something. And it's like, bro, we need our resources. Like somebody's already in the house. Like it doesn't matter what's going on outside. You need to go sleep because somebody's inside. Your body treats that as like the utmost importance, and it spends a lot of energy, way more resources to handle that than anything else. You know, your body's like, bro, we're dying. in its head, like you're not dying, but you know. So it was really nice to see that it was able to stay at bay. I didn't end up with super congestion in my nose, and I didn't end up with a scratchy throat. And the symptoms that I did have, and like the headaches and stuff or whatever, like the inflammation on my neck or whatever, stayed where it was, and the battle just stayed there. And I've been handling sickness like that for a long time now, where if I sense even the smidgiest smidge early on, I'm like, oop, food and sleep, food and sleep, food and sleep, water, food, sleep, water, food, sleep. Because like, that's all it needs right now. And it works. I recover fast. So it's really cool just continuing to develop this relationship with my body. And she's my biggest team member. She's always rooting for me. I'm always rooting for her. You know what I'm saying? And then last thing is Soul Verge, girl. Soul Verge is still going strong. I'm excited. I hope it continues to grow strong. I hope people continue to attend. I love it. I love the community. I love the women that are attending, like the people that it's attracting, you know what I mean? It's a beautiful space that I'm so grateful for. It's so like fulfilling inside. I now finally have like the stuff up on my website too and everything. And I want to do some different events next month. I'm just really excited. I think everything is going Bro, why can't I speak? Girl, I told y'all I barely even made this vlog. But I'm just so excited that things are going great. And I'm still able to follow my passions and do my thing, be out here dilly-dallying, you know, having fun. So, also the Spartan race went very well. It was cool. I wasn't able to be at 100% capacity, obviously, but I was able to have fun. I love swinging and climbing type of things, so I did that stuff. All right, girl. I had to get something to eat. I just remembered to have that soup. But that's all for this week, and I'll see you next week, girl.